much analysis for that. That's just the net worth lead showing itself. The supports have like basically nothing on Dire. Meanwhile, Winching, he just gets in there and drops a two.
Tiny is very far forward now and surrounded by a whole bunch of heroes. His ward catches them and all of a sudden his sphincter tightens and he needs to move because he sees 3 heroes are right next to
Could be big. If they get a kill on Hunch Dog, it could be insane.
Oh, power shot comes out, toss, huge damage from that little shredder and the toss together, but he's got the invisibility. Do any of the supports bring any vision? No, they didn't. They have one job.
Heroes really well, and that's how he's going to try and shine, right?
Okay,
Again,
okay.
I've never seen much of like the Raccoon Spirit Breaker here, but it's gonna be really, really rough to enable this guaranteed.
Hancho.
Kubala's just farming their jungle. He just does not
gets
care.
the stun off onto Kabbalah, but then the call
Doesn't
comes out in
matter.
return. Hancho
Judy's
needs to be
queuing up
careful
a
though
Dagon.
because he's being
My God.
charged and that again, so absolute loser. Anyway, moving forward, let's get straight into this game. We've got Gachi on Ursa, Young Harold on Zeus, Kabbalah on Axe, Wing Xing on Undying, Raccoon on the Spirit Breaker.
That guy's not squishy by any means.
None of these, none of the Universal heroes are squishy. God, and it's the worst, dude.
Charge on top. This could be a
Hold on, the double D. Oh, Gachi's hungry, jumping in cover Johnny's spirit. Johnny, you need to get out of there. And Huncho's brought out, pins the IO to the wall, and now Gachi, caught out of position, might be a big scary undead Necro, but needs to be careful. Takes out the Invoker. I didn't even see Invoker on the backline. Here's the first Snapfire ult we've seen in the game, and down goes Rubik.
Silly what Goopy's done with his build, but when he went in, he did heal like 800 health off his Dagon. So they are doing it, but I don't know if they're going to be able to continue to do it as the game progresses. They're both incredibly unique and they both have a good flavor to them. Like obviously attack or defense, right?
Yeah.
There's no ambiguity to it. They're both insanely good when you want them, you know what I mean?
Okay.
No way, they almost lost Reverie for that. That would be so nuts if he died there. Wowee.
But here comes another charge onto Johnny.
The Dire Vision. 2 wards. One of them old, one of them placed just as the fight breaks out. And it's just turning into a bit of a vision difference here. Necro got a lot of damage out that fight, but it's just nothing in comparison to stop him. And top lane, there's going to be like a bit of actual play. 2 Universals on Radiance, both ranged. It's a lot of damage. You can catch anyone off guard. Even Reverie and RFA continue to play. If the Sand King ever gets to Ags, he has Shivas already. Yeah, they're going to have so much trouble playing into it. They only have 1 BKB across their entire team. Obviously, Zeus is never going to buy it, but they need more players to be able to get
better and better and better. We've got Team Dog Cage, Australian Painters, AU Rejects. Like these are some awesome teams this season.
Yeah, 900 during a big fight. The Aghanim's aura also gets really bigger, so Heartstop aura's only got like an 840 radius, and that just builds up to...
And I'd like to admit. So keen to see if they can pull out some cheeky little ricochets, get some cheeky little kills. Meanwhile, on the other side, Spirit Breaker decides to go for the, of course, the Bull Rush. Absolutely nonsense.
Oh my god, just because of the Oz split up and farm mentality, it's gets you so many free kills. It just makes the game harder to play for a lot of players. And all you need to do is really catch them out 10 facets during a game, and then having to track which one they actually took. It just gets so messy so quickly. And here we do. We have the Gubala Snapfire. And the instant...
Is it going to be enough? Remember, Zeus can scout that little crab inside his sand pit. Is there any vision here for him to get the charge? There is. They're onto Johnny again. But there's the defensive disruption we were talking about. Johnny doing his best to try and get out of there, but there is a Zeus for the IO. Now Tiny, Gubala, Gachi. You guys need to be a little bit careful because there is an entire Dire team right on top of you. But he does once again get the scythe off onto the troll. Mooncow charging in, and now comes the Zeus ult, and the crab is dead. Yule's out from Prey. He's got him there, and Reverie's going to jump in himself. They deal with the Spirit Breaker, but now there is a big
facet. Basically, as he gets more and more kills with his Sadist, because obviously you get 1 stack every time you kill a creep, and you get, is it 6 from a hero? And currently that from the Tormentor?
Charge in on the Sand King.
They have another save.
Looks like he just decides to speed away, but the smoke comes out and it's not caught on any vision, so if they find someone here...
Like, in the numbers, but the amount of saves that the Undying was able to do, and the amount of, like, even if it's just like a tombstone save or just the Greaves keeping someone alive, that prevents like 10 to 15
get that charge, but Huncho caught out of position, and he's scouted immediately by the Bolt. Tiny goes in with the toss, but that's not going to be enough damage to deal with Win Ching, and now the Tiny is dead as well! Oh my...
Wind Ranger for AE Rejects. Beastmaster ban, same for Slaughter Gang. Are they actually just going to... And the Brood, so it's 2 of the same bans from the early game.
Rolling it back. Hey, we know how strong Brood has been.
George does have the Eternal Shroud now, but I don't know.
There's a bear in the tree here, guys. There's a bear, and it wants you. It's lurking.
Yes, Blink.
Ooh, big nuke comes out from the Zeus, and the bear is immediately on... Oh, sorry, super stacked.
Yeah, so the lanes have gotten much better for AU Rejects this game than last match, which means the Dire's not going to have any momentum going into mid-game at this rate. It's insanely hard to play most carry heroes into it. But the Gachi Ursa would be one of the few people who I would put stocks on. And I could really be liking the way this is turning out for Dire. They got the possible Tiny for with the Rubik is the most synonymous combo. The man has like 30,000 matches and like 3,000 of them on Rubik. So I definitely see that away from him because the Voka doesn't even need them, I don't think. Lag. I have... Ooh.
Don't stress, I'll let you know what's going on. One thing I was going to say though is that the
Mars response probably for Johnny Sins.
So these guys have done their research on each other then. What I saw then was an Io pick. Obviously Io, one of my favorite heroes, one of the best heroes in the game. Even the Now they're moving on to the tier 4s, and it's 47 seconds till that Morphling comes back, and he does not have buyback. Slaughter Gang need to start thinking about what it is they can do to wrap this game up.
I gotta give MVP to RFA though. 13 and 3 Rubik. The only double-digit killer in this game, and he's not just kill securing either. He has second highest damage on his team. Fury Bear getting 3 kills at 13 minutes. He's going to have such a quick blink, and he's going to have such a quick Roche. And so, the things to watch out for in the next 5 minutes, Roche goes tops, AE Rejects take it.
I also noticed immediately that they've decided to ban out the Storm. Obviously, Storm IO is a combo as well, so they didn't elect to get rid of that. Yeah.
So they're not going to get pick Huskard here.
So, AE Rejects looking for a positive. Rubik. I cannot count the amount of times I keep seeing this hero getting picked. I think this hero sucks. Like, I think it's...
Like, to what lane they'll be going.
Oh, we have an Invoker. How bloody exciting. God, I love Invoker. I don't play the hero, but I love seeing it played well. And here we have it chasing, and the Morphling gets the kill, and that is a... Holy shit, that is a lot of gold that goes away the Morphling, and you don't want to be feeding the Morphling.
That's another 1800. That's... kills at least, right?
And we did see the Shadow Demon having the impact that we expected it to have. Where it was like saving this Morphling. We did have the swaps from Johnny to keep just yet, but they popped the Zeus ult to try and finish him. Oh dear god, he's trying to switch to strength, he's trying as hard as he can. He's caught in that Zeus Aghanim Scepter with the refresher, but he manages to slink out, and now
is another core. So they have 4 cores on Radiant they have to go through, and no way to go through any of them.
Mook out charging once again. What have they spotted? that doesn't quite work. You come up against a pretty tough team in Slaughter Gang, maybe underestimating them a little bit. What's your next step? Are you going to go for something more traditional, something easier to execute? So are you captain for your team before I go any further?
Yes.
Yeah. So put me in the mindset of a captain in Upper Division Oz. We've got all of these teams here, and I'm not going to make you rank them because that's rude.
Could just go back into his roots of like playing LD, playing all these really memey pos ones. Maybe they get Gooby on Razor or something. I think it was completely overlooked. I don't even think it was banned. I don't know how to view
I didn't
that.
see a rush, especially when you've got the cow stacking up on top. Who did? Yeah, the cow did
The
1300 damage.
good.
The cow did 1300 damage. God.
The last pick Zeus has really paid off here. The vision game locked. So it's going to be incredibly hard for him to get any relocate saves here. But it's definitely going to be lane to watch will be mid and then probably top because the Snapfire damage can just catch people off guard.
That ricochet is about to take a whole lot of damage. There he goes.
Went
down.
Well,
one hit.
Yeah, I think he overstayed his welcome there, definitely. And he didn't even deny the bounty room.
They feed the Benji to the bear too.
Sorry, what?
They feed Elite Slayer 60, 60, 60, you know? Like, I want really, really creative names. Oh, okay, let me talk. This is the strongest support in all of Dota. So, looks like they're thinking about it.
Set up.
Oh, big toss combo, toss avalanche. He does get the micro stun off, and he's real quick, and he's probably going to disappear into those trees. Now the team put out of position.
So I would expect a couple deaths up top, either way.
Yeah, well that's the thing, right? Is these universal heroes just do so much damage, and Windy obviously had some smoked. Thinking about trying for the high ground now that they've got the Aegis.
No
Tombstone for some vision. They do have the Refresher Shard. BKB popped early on Gachi here, and he's just punching their towers. Just Razorban. No, there was no Razorban. Not from my memory, anyway.
Because, like, if you think about it, Razor's very similar to the Snapfire in a lot of regards, except it just buys defensive items, whereas the Snapfire...
It's one of the strongest pos ones we've seen.
Definitely.
Is it going to be enough to deal with the Morphling?
I don't know. So on paper, right?
Here comes Io! Oh, Io brings Gachi with him! I'm not sure that's the play, Io, and the GG is called.
He's a GG!
Yeah.
Winching, what are you doing? Oh no!
Oh, just on the edge. They're looking at this. They're looking at this axe, but they whiff the avalanche, and now the Mukau is on top of Tiny. The whole team is here though, but they are grouping up, and there is a Battle Fury since I've seen anything like that. Let's go!
Charge onto Johnny top. Cal just might be a little bit short on the damage. Couldn't even tell you what he's going to play tonight. We could just see stock standard stuff like Hoodwink, like Willow. Just depends on what he's feeling. Tiny even. Reverie.
Did you
I guess I should have seen the Io coming for Raccoon, but it's so hard to say, right? Because there are like so many of these players.
Faithful, but Raccoon gets the power shot in return and kills the troll! Looks like the Mukau has come to play. Raccoon doing her best to try and get out of there, but they're on top of her, and another blood grenade goes out. Gets off the wind run, she's running, but the zap again from...
Winching, possibly. And he is now called a little rat. This could be good. This could be good. Reverie is also a bit tipsy, potentially. He could be a lightweight. Let's Pit. And Slaughter Gang took second pick. Slaughter Gang and second pick Dire again. So again, this should favor the AU rejects for their drafting phase. First ban on the...
And just an increase in HP pool. Then all of a sudden these heroes that are blowing heroes up at the start of the game really start to drop off. There's a spear. Windy into the tree. Absolutely oblivious.
So it doesn't actually count as a death. It just gives the gold to Honcho. And a
Gachi is sprinting in. Prays on the sideline to try and interrupt him as he goes in. But there is the chance. This game without me. I've got things to say. Why is it that you were so keen on getting in to cast this one with me?
Uh, Pretty much know everyone in the lobby.
They decide not to bring the vision to save the to kill the invoker, and the invoker is saved. Just walking away there. Young Harold strolling back to mid. Tiny trying to give him some mana. 100, isn't it? For Axe?
Yeah, but it's got
Oh,
the
for
synth
the
recipe as well.
For the eat. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Sorry, 6,058. I was thinking 68 for some reason. But yeah, it can be.
And when you see this hero played well, is there anyone on AU Rejects that plays Brood well? Are they banning it just because it's meta, or are they?
Gooby and Gachi, 100%.
Okay,
Those two players even took the game and ran away with it.
I mean,
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and we saw end of the game there. I mean, he opens up the high ground with that phenomenal blink and catches 3 heroes. And then he does a whole bunch of damage and Johnny goes down. There is a bear lurking on the sidelines. No, it's Gubala, once again, jumping on those supports on the back line. Gubala having a phenomenal game this game. And his team is here. Out comes the ult. Johnny gets the swap off to try and interrupt that Shadow. Oh, hang on, Shadow Demon is on the sideline. Can he throw any...
The upper division is very healthy this season. We actually have 7 teams this time. A lot of them are relatively balanced compared to each other. We don't have like, there are maybe like 1 or 2 teams who might end up being the favorites. I'm not gonna say like, it's just shows like how
trying to get vision for the Axe. Morphling's Korea almost gets scouted by Gubala then. The bear is still flag. It just rubs me the right way, dude, seeing Jason hanging from a flag like that. Oh, look at the other flag as well. I'm joking. Okay, let's get into this. So, tell me a little bit about these teams. What can we expect to see with him? Swap in onto Gubala. They decide to try and deal with the Axe first. Johnny trying to keep Ursa busy. But Gubala has decided he's just going to play forward as Gachi is running to that Shadow Demon, and the Shadow Demon is dead without buyback. Johnny doing what he can to fight this. Of something like a Storm Spirit, right? Oh, EMP goes out. EMP into Whirlwind. The charge is coming though, and Harold needs to back out as fast as he can. I don't think they'll have the damage though. Just a little bit more harassed. Let him off of it, so that's going to get really scary.
He's just mirroring what they did to him game 1. He's got the he's got the Shadow Blade, and he's got the Octarine queued up. It's exactly what they did to him game 1, and he's just
into a Necro IO was able to somehow like get what he wanted out of the lane. He really wasn't that far behind. I had a look at the net worth, and he wasn't that far behind. And then on top of that as well, he was able to then just bear. The bear is on top of the Shadow Demon, but the bear is also underneath 2 towers, and there's a whole lot of armor there to keep those boys safe. Toss back, and out of position, straight to that Sand King. He's stunned under 2 towers, and he is eliminated.
I think he was blood grenaded. That's why he was a little slow on the uptake there. He has boots now, but I don't think he's gonna try. I wouldn't expect him to. Oh wow.
Parfait is now in trouble as well as he tries to run to his tower and just gets up down. Okay, nice young Harold. And Gachi going in bottom.
Gachi gets a kill, 2v1.
These guys maybe in the finals, and you are unlucky enough to not make it to the finals, which I think is very unlikely. I've seen your Gyro. Your Gyro is going to rip all the way to the finals. But if you're not, and these guys make it, maybe I'll hit you up again to
work for them. I think the Tiny might get let through, because just showing that even if he has such a bad lane, that he's unable to recover and actually, like, he did a lot of work, right? You look at his net worth and you think about how much impact he had during the
draft, because we've got so many good teams. We've got obviously the Pigs team with Tobbs and Mashed and Andros, Jakino, super scary team with some super scary stand-ins. There's that mighty. Oh, there is a Zeus ult, and down goes the Morph. The Morph must have been top and got called by the Axe, I imagine. I didn't see it, but I imagine we'll see those.
I would have to imagine so, right?
Who's the most broken hero in Dota? And he's not going to just take the Morphling, he's going to take the Shadow Demon as the Axe blinks in with the dunk! Let's go, Gubala! What is this Axe player? Wow, he is ripping and tearing! I've been wrong before.
I'd say he needs to get active around the 15-minute mark with his Shard. He needs to purchase Radiance and Shard on the dot at 15 if he wants to have any hope of winning this.
Goes that Undying. Gachi is here to play though, and it looks like the Die team needs to run away because Gachi is hungry. He is a big, fat, juicy bear, and he finds Johnny just like that. The Zeus is enough to wrap that kill for him. And the whip comes out. Looks like they're still looking for Win Xing. Shadow Demons died somewhere in the background that I didn't quite catch, but it looks like Axe jumps in to get a good call, but he's delayed by the Avalanche Toss, and now... Ooh, is he in trouble? Charge coming from the Spirit Breaker. We wonder if Johnny can get the safety before he gets here. Toss back.
He might have missile up.
Staying
I
under
don't know
the
if he's going to be
tower.
able to connect on charge.
Missile is going to be up, but he's going to be coming out of those trees,
he's
and Johnny
tree.
wouldn't have that confidence,
So yeah,
right?
mid-tiny, 1 Necro, 3 Snapfire. I think I actually don't know. All these players play all these positions, and I'm actually really confused about what they're trying to do here. So I get K advantage, and whenever Radiant are winning, they're only getting 1 or 2K, and they're not getting any objectives out of it. They're not getting much map.
There's also a 7k XP swing. So much trouble this entire game, but are they holding? There's 2 heroes here, and a Spirit that might want to deal with Gachi, but no. Down goes the Sand King. Sand King does have buyback. There is that knockback from the Moon Cow once, if he gets the space he's been having.
If he can make a play off a Naked Radiance, yeah, but you still got to respect the fact that he only has 1,000 health.
Oh, power shot just misses. Oh, it was so favoring here. It looks like some really interesting matchups and some straight.
There's a lot of comfort going around here. I honestly say I slightly favor the Dire here, because when hands damage...
Just doing 6,000 damage at 5 minutes, as Tinies do in 2024. Hey, this Ricochet has caught me off guard as a support far too many times. There can be a huge amount of burst coming out from either of these heroes at any moment, so... Keen to watch this in action.
Another reason you won't see a lot of action in the bottom lane is the... Oh yeah, that'll help him.
Nice little kill from Raccoon. Catches the Tiny with his pants down, and he's too low HP. It's enough to burst him. They're going to try and chase him, but he has so much status resistance that even if they do get the stun off here, he's just...
Meant to be. We have another charge onto Johnny. Let's see how much damage this one does.
Johnny. I wish there was a charge counter, because that bull has been bullying you all night. The Zeus is coming to try...
They really put a... But he has a Maelstrom, so he can actually get his farm up. And the little Shredder with Ricochet 2 does so much damage.
Oh, Spirit Breaker ult onto Io. Io's looking to tether to see a high skill Shadow Demon. Somebody who can play it much better than me. I'm keen to see that in action. That's super exciting.
I can almost guarantee that's going to be an RFA Shadow Demon.
Oh, the Rubik from last game. Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane...
They're morphling, and I think they're quite happy with that. While they don't want to give the kill, they do manage to save that morphling.
He lives, but it was close, with 2 save spells. That just shows, like, how...
It's so
he
satisfying.
Even got a Rampage this game.
Yeah.
He got it a Rampage at one point, like...
Yeah. Alright.
Same value, yeah.
Happy Goob absolutely kills it. What a phenomenal game of...
Guarantee you is watching just about every game of Riyadh in some way, shape, or form, and we're all definitely taking, like, our lessons from that. What we can use, what we can't use, what we... cheese strats we can learn, stuff like that, you know.
Running! Axe wants the dunk!
They got him!
Oh
no, he doesn't.
My god! Rampage to that Axe! Oh my god, that's Rue's doing everything he can to get up into its fountain, and it is not going to make it. Okay.
You just never know who's pretending and who's actually good. And Puncho George is the kind of player who will dump an OD on you, no matter the matchup. Okay, farming. He will eventually win them this game if he itemizes correctly and just gets his timings.
Relo on mid, and immediately that huge Mars ult comes in to secure that kill.
Harold's getting rich here. You saw the impact this guy had last game with no gold.
Oh, meanwhile, Reveries down again.
The blink reveal. Oh my god, I've missed it twice. That would have been a 500 gold kill for Harold if he could have got it, but unfortunately they could not slay the Hunch Dog there. He's too strong.
Okay, so we got a 2k lead already. 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's a really good time with the Radiance. He's done a lot of work with it, and then he just spends 2k gold on it.
Speaking of this troll, toss back from Young Harold, throws the troll directly at Gabala. Out comes a huge shadow. Gabala on the edge there, trying to deal with the Vengeful Spirit.
Reverie escapes in the back
line. Looks like Raccoon is going to charge in, and all of a sudden that Vengeful Spirit might be in a little bit of trouble, and is dead. Run, Johnny, there's still a full team. Now he gets tossed up in front of the tower, and there's a whole lot of damage coming out, but he's fast enough to click onto the
dropped the
creep to stop the
aggro.
tower aggro. Big screen comes out and the potion saves him. Well played.
Wowie.
Big old juicy Cho's going in. But he's caught immediately underneath that axe from the Zeus. But they do get the toss onto the Zeus, but not the toss back. Okay, so he's just going to slip away.
He took so much damage.
Oh, did I just see a Moon Cow charge again? I did see him killing. Smoke breaks.
He blinks.
He blinks away.
Insane.
A lot of
And now he
wasted
gets an
time.
ancient stack, and he wastes 3 players' time for nothing. That's like a 500 gold swing in itself, right? That's a kill you thought you were really rough.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yes. So the Rubik's is going to be banned. The IO is going to be banned, and the Break is going to be banned.
So if they ban those 3 heroes, let's say they get rid of those 3 again, he can stack 20% damage amp in lane. 20% from minute 1, he can stack 20% damage amp. You buy 6k items that do that, and he's well behind. But he's been, how many deaths has he had so far? Is it 4? 4 deaths, yeah.
Yeah,
so
4 deaths. I think they're all to axe. I don't think he's done in team fight once. Okay.
Really? He has it built into his...
Is that on the auto attack? Or
it is on the auto attack.
Work?
Yeah, it is on the auto attack. Every time he attacks is 8-second cooldown, and it stacks and it stacks and it stacks. It's 2% each time he hits, and it can stack up.
I don't think there's going to be much.
Okay.
Not going to be much going on in bottom lane.
RFA is putting some pain on these 2 very thick heroes, though.
Only good counter to the Spirit Breaker because of the Demonic Purge completely rips off Bulldoze, and it will also pull off the attack speed on Ursa. So those 6 hits.
Yeah, on the snap as well. So, well, looks like they found Necro. Troll immediately on top of him. Charge comes out. Troll's gonna just start punching him as fast and hard as he can, and I think
That's alright. The whole goal is to get farm without like showing on the map and without like putting himself in danger. But he's just not able to do it because the cow will just charge through and insta-kill his illusions no matter what.
they're thinking about the double rampage. Do they want Reverie? Are they going to hunt him? Gotcha's in, doing what he can, but he's taking a whole bunch of damage from that
That's ages.
fountain. They still haven't secured the racks.
Cross and killed him if the Ire wasn't in the way, but they really didn't want to break on the Ire, of course.
600 gold off the Radiance, so you know,
Yeah.
on the Necro. So might be looking at that 15-minute timing, maybe even earlier. If he